Welcome to Tell Me a Story. My name's Adina Samuels, and I'm inviting anyone and everyone to share their stories with me. Let's see what we get. Marny Florence, welcome to Tell Me a Story. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So am I. So before I hear your story, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, my name is Marny Florence. I am a host and choreographer based in Toronto.
Awesome. Okay, there's like so much more to you than that. And I think like if anyone were to meet you in person, they would see that immediately. So I'm hoping we can get a little bit of that in your story today. So take it away. Let's hear your story.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I am currently on tour co-hosting Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live. And my story is how I became the first female ever of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live to be a host.
Okay, so I need to like get myself in the mindset of someone who's never heard of this because like I've seen your stuff, so I know that you do this, but I'm gonna take myself back to when you first got this role. Like, what the heck is Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live?
Right? I know. It's like the best answer when someone's like, "What do you do?" It's like I love answering this
Yeah,
question.
you win. You absolutely win. Yeah.
Their reactions are like, "Excuse me, what did you just?" And I always, for the most part, I'm like, "You want to see a picture?" Because it's hard to kind of wrap your head around it if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in front of it depends the arena and how many people per show, but it's usually 3 to 10,000 people per show. We do 3 to 4 shows a weekend, and we're on tour 36 weekends of the year out of 52.
And what is the show? It's monster trucks driving around?
That's right. So it is Hot Wheels toys that are monster trucks, big monster trucks. So I'm 5'2" and I'm the size of the tire. Yeah.
What? That is adorable. We definitely need pictures to add to the show.
You know what?
notes here.
As I'm going along, I'm gonna pull up some pictures to show on the
Perfect.
screen.
Perfect. Amazing. Okay,
Like
so
this.
you're this tiny little human in this massive stadium, and what's your role as the host? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That
Yeah.
is so funny.
Isn't it so funny? Yeah, okay, there's one more picture I gotta show
Yeah,
you, and
show
then I'll
us.
continue. So
Just
that's
hold
me.
it back a little bit. I can't really see. Oh, that's you, that little white speck
That
in the
little
middle?
white speck in the middle.
That looks terrifying.
So it's a monster truck show that 7 monster trucks compete in 4 competitions. So we have these junkyard cars that they spray paint Hot Wheels colors, and the trucks compete in wheelies, donuts, long jump, and freestyle.
Okay.
Wheelies is how high they can jump on the crushed car. So the monster trucks are going vroom. And then a wheelie, technically, is when you're the truck, if it can go on the back tires and go a little bit and then fall. It's really cool to see. Long jump, how far they can jump. Donuts, how fast they can spin, 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 spin. And then freestyle is whatever they want to do for points. They put the pedal to the metal and they go crazy. And then we have 3 sets of junkyard cars, and the middle one is like a van stack. And then the other ones are cars. So that's when they use the van stack and they go crazy. And we have a t-shirt cannon. We have a dance off, YMCA versus Baby Shark, adults and kids. We have a dance off. And we have a robotic dragon that comes to life, breathes fire, breathes ice, has like wings and everything, rips open a car with its mouth.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Were you like I'm not assuming you were a Hot Wheels person before you got
Not
roped into it.
necessarily.
Right. And now you know everything there is to know about Hot Wheels and monster trucks?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
That is so
So I've
funny.
done it this is going into my 4th year on tour doing this.
What
So
a thing. Like
I know.
how I know you're gonna okay, tell us the story, but like how did they find you? How did you find them?
Yeah.
What happened?
So actually, okay, what I was gonna say, and then I'll go back.
Yeah.
I have done the same show. Pretty much the same show. We started with a regular Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live. Then we did Glow Party. Now we're doing Glow and Fire. And overall, I've done over 360 shows.
And it's the same. Is it the same people driving the trucks each?
For the most part. Sometimes they switch out a little bit. We also have freestyle motocross. 3
How could you
motorcycle
forget?
guys that flip and fly. How could I forget?
Yeah.
they take off on a ramp, they do a backflip, and they land on another ramp.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they let
gosh.
go, they do let like, their arms and their legs, and they're whipping the bike, and yeah. And
Have
then
there been any yeah, go
for
ahead.
2025, we have a brand new trick, and it's a front flip on a motorcycle off that ramp. So he goes vroom.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh my god.
it's crazy.
Have there been any accidents on the show?
Um,
You
because
can't
this
talk
is
about
public, I'm gonna
it.
pass on that question. But safety first, and
Wow.
they've all been okay.
So you've done over 300 shows and you kind of watch from the side when you're not on stage. Is it still exciting every time you see
Yeah.
them do a flip? Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Freestyle motocross is like one of the highlights of the show. Everyone says, "Oh," like when I ask after what's your favorite part, a lot of them say that. But yeah, so we have Power Smashers pre-show for an hour and a half. They can, before the show starts, walk around the arena floor, take pictures, get autographs with the drivers, the riders.
And where are you at that point?
I'm walking around every so often. We're on the microphone. We're interviewing the drivers. We're talking about the merchandise. We're talking about what the show's going to be, things like that. And now, if the kids put their hand on the power source, it's the in front of the trucks. They can power up the monster trucks for the show and things like
Cool.
that. Yeah, and we have Mega Rex remote control little toys that they can play with on the floor and interactive stuff. And we have another interactive like play area where we just put out a bunch of toys and monster truck toys and they play with them and it's so cute and they down the slide and everything. So going back how I got
Mhm, mhm.
this job,
But who
um
is it for? Like, is it a kids show primarily?
yeah, it's like, I don't know, 7-year-olds and their parents. We get
Okay,
all
that's so
ages. We get
cute.
all it's so cute, and they come in with
Yeah.
their little Hot Wheels outfits, and it is precious.
Amazing. And
Yeah,
it's like
it
such
is.
a sensory experience. They must just lose their minds,
They
you
are.
know?
So what's funny is right when they come. So if they come for the Power Smashers pre-show, that's when I get to interact with them before the
Yeah.
show, and they're like, and I'm like, "Hi," and they're like, "Hi," and they're just like, don't know. Then at the end of the show, because me and my co-host, we go crazy. We bring like we're the whole time we're getting people to scream at the top of their lungs, like for 2 hours,
Uh,
really.
uh,
So we're just like "Wah!" during the show. So after the show, they're like this in the audience and they're waving and they're blowing kisses. Like after the show, we become best friends.
yeah, yeah. They're
But
like, "Oh my
before
god,
the
that's
show,
Marnie."
but before they see the show, they don't really know.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Unless
They
they've
need
come
like
before.
a you need to give them like a video ahead of time to be like, "This is who you're gonna want to meet," you know?
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, what was I gonna say? We've had people come year after year, and one girl dressed like me.
No.
I have to show this picture because
You need to see the proof.
it is unreal, and like, my mom sewed on, like, what are they called? Sequins on the side of
Yeah.
my pants. She did the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Wow, she
I
really
know.
went all out. That's
With
gorgeous.
with the red lipstick and everything, the pigtail, oh my god.
Incredible. It's amazing
Yes!
how that's like really any job you do can have an impact on people. You know, you never know. Like you probably made this huge mark on this girl. She might have like huge ambitions to be a host or, you know, that's super cool.
Yeah, that's it actually ties into my story of how I got this job, which is like how I get to be a role model to, believe in yourself, follow your dreams, and be loud and proud and
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
yeah.
what you like. Your dreams are possible to achieve. And I get to be
Yes.
a female, and it's just like, it's extra special that I was the first female ever for hosting for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live, period. Yeah. So the
Amazing. Okay,
show,
take us back. Take us
yeah,
back to how it started.
the show only started in 2018, 2019, and then stopped with COVID. And
Mhm.
through COVID is when they found me. So what
Okay.
happened was before COVID, my early 20s, I was a professional dancer and I just ran around the city trying a bunch of things, saying yes to a bunch of things. I was a dance teacher, I was a Zumba instructor, I was a cheerleader for Toronto Rock, I was an audience coordinator at CTV. I've been a mascot dancer for Cineplex, I've been in the MMVAs, I was in Alessia Carr's music video. I opened for Prince Harry at the Invictus Games. I was a background actor. I did promo where they had people
Yeah.
had free samples at different events. I was a traveling camp counselor. I pretty much said yes to. I was a magician's assistant. I'm doing this. I've been in a circus company, so, like, I pretty much just said yes to as much as I could, and I met a ton of people, and I also got to try things and
Mhm,
saw what I liked and what I didn't like about certain things. I danced
mhm.
at bar mitzvahs and birthday parties for almost a decade. 8 years, 9 years. Yeah. So
Unbelievable, and that's how we met, on one of your little yes opportunities, we that's how we got connected, and
exactly.
if there was one word I'd have to use to describe you, it's just like an absolute hustler. Like you just go.
You know,
Nonstop
it's
energy.
thank you. Um, yeah, I just like I'm so grateful for that time in my life and built a network and got to just like yeah, again, see what I liked and what I didn't like about certain things through Megan Boys, the bar mitzvah company I was dancing for. That's how I got the microphone in my hand for the first time. At
Okay,
a
that's when it
school
all
event.
happened.
Yeah, at a school dance event, a Valentine's Day school dance party. And then it started to roll from there. And then I was choreographing at CTV, and then I got asked to be actually their first backup audience coordinator ever. I was the fill-in first time.
Mm.
So I get to say that too, which is really, really
It
cool.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
great list of going through your
random.
resume. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Thank
All
you.
the big
Yeah.
names too. It's like, come on.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So crazy. And so COVID hit. And all the jobs I've been choreographing musicals recent like actually I've choreographed for Crestwood for 10 years,
Mhm,
private
mhm.
school, their musical. And so I choreographed a bunch of different shows as well. So anyways, everything I was doing was in person. So that means everything stopped. I took a course November, December 2020, changed my life. And so, oh, also that summer we were on Family Feud. It
Right.
was during COVID.
Incredible.
Yeah. So then the course was called Mindful Manifestation.
Okay.
And the woman running it, her name is Mel Ma. And I've taken one of her in person workshops before. So when I saw she was doing something online, I was like, I have to jump on this now because her workshop was incredible. And I'm like, when else am I going to have this time?
Mhm.
So she actually was, when she was 18, she was on So You Think You Can Dance Canada.
Okay.
And she manifested and danced for Janet Jackson.
She
Yeah.
manifested and danced for, can you break that down? That was her
So
dream or
that was
what?
her dream, that was her
Okay.
goal. So she worked hard and she manifested that goal and she ended up dancing for Janet Jackson. She moved to LA when she was like 18, 19 maybe. And so anyway, so her course, so it was a 2-month intensive on Zoom. She was in LA where there was 10 of us in the course, all girls, and we went through all the chakras and we
Mm,
did yoga, meditation and journaling every day for 8 weeks. And the meditation and yoga that we did was based on each chakra, and same with the journaling we did. We also listened to 2 audiobooks that were self-development books, and one of them is called The Power is Within You, and the other one is called Ask and It Is Given. So one had to do with the lower chakras, one had to do with the higher chakras, and we did so much deep reflection.
mm,
So, what are your fears? What are your goals? What's your money mindset? What's your parents' money mindset? What are your limiting beliefs? We found our core values. She put like 50 on the screen and we narrowed it down to 3. Mine back then was optimism, positivity, and what was it? Positivity, optimism, and community.
mm.
And our we had to create a why statement. So she wanted us to fill out the sentence to spread blank so that others blank.
Okay.
And we could edit it as much as we want. And hers said the word everyone. And I really wanted to include that or everywhere
Mm.
because I felt like I was working. I worked so much, but I'm like, no, my why statement is really for everywhere I go, the gas station and, my whole, just me out in the world. So
Mhm.
mine is to spread love, light, positivity, and optimism everywhere so that others feel uplifted, encouraged, and free to be their authentic selves.
Wow. Okay. And just to go back, like why was it so important for you to take this course? Why did you think you needed that then?
Um, Also, during the summer of 2020, after I was on Family Feud, I was also on a dating show, and I've never had more anxiety in my life from both of those shows.
Hmm.
It was like big media through COVID. So it was big media through isolation.
Mm.
And as a competitive dancer, I suffer with dealing with perfectionism and
Sure.
being really hard on myself. And all the things I was doing was like live in-person events. And then these were things that were recorded online for everyone to see. So it was just
Yeah.
like, hmm, what's everyone seeing? It's just like, I wish I didn't say that or
Right, you can, like,
just
pick
said
every
something.
detail apart and yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So I was just
So
like,
you felt like you needed something to kinda ground you.
get me back on track. Yeah, to ground me, to be like, who am I? Why am I doing these big, why am I signing up for a dating show? Why? And then I have this big fault, like horrible situation that happens. Like, what is happening? Why?
Mhm,
Let's dig
mhm,
deeper.
mhm.
And so we each had to manifest and work towards a goal. Three girls wanted to manifest a life partner, two wanted to change jobs. Mine was a long term hosting job that aligns with my values. And my action step was to put together a demo reel.
Mm,
So my friend is an editor, and so I found little, like a bunch of clips I've hosted for the CN Tower. I put like that in there, and I put like other little things through Megan Boys that I did. That was through COVID, so I had it virtual. I had it recorded.
mm,
I hosted for Girl Expo Canada 3 years in a row, and like dancing with a bunch of girls on the stage. Like I had good footage of random things, not everything I've done,
yeah,
but random things. CTV audience coordinating, I had footage of that. Family Feud, I was a spokesperson, so I put that in there. Just I made it so I worked with him and I was just like, let's put this clip there. Let's put this clip there. So
right, 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 right,
to
right.
have a good flow.
Mhm, mhm.
It was 2.5 minutes. I put it together. We put it together, posted it on YouTube February 2021.
Okay.
Forgot about it.
Right, yeah, it's like one of those things.
You just put it up there. And then June 2021, I get an email through my website
Mm,
from Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live. And they're still to this day the only people who've messaged me because of my demo reel. So they found it. I didn't even apply.
crazy.
It had like
How
200 views at the time. Maybe now it has like 900, but
right.
there was no application anywhere for me to, like, they came to me. And I don't, maybe it was female hosting demo reel. And
Mm,
they said they
mhm,
chose me to like 50 girls. And I didn't know how niche I was being a girl with live event experience with kids.
mm. Yeah, that is a unique kind of positioning that you have.
I didn't even realize how niche it
Fascinating.
was.
Yeah.
And so maybe the other, I don't know how the other, what the other videos looked like that they were looking through of all the girls. So we had a call and I was like, did you just say monster truck?
Yeah, like, what a wacky like, who even knows that exists?
Literally, like, who would ever think that this is what I do? Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm Canadian. They're like, okay. So I figured out the whole process and everything. And so I met my boyfriend the same month that I got the Hot Wheels job. The
So
university,
wait, so you put out this demo reel months earlier, right?
February and then June, the same year.
So in between Feb and June, were you like, ah, this manifesting thing is just not working? Like,
I
how were you
don't
feeling?
remember
Yeah.
potential. I don't remember. I kind of was just kind of a little bit on autopilot doing a work
Hmm.
from home job that was not meant for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
and I had, oh my God, because I think it was because of the vaccine, I had like bald spots on my head. And because of the
Really?
bald spots, I put this like dermatology cream on and then I touched my, I guess I didn't wash my hands, got a sty in my eye. Oh man,
Ugh,
it was a rough time. And
not a
then
good
all of a
time.
sudden, not a good time. And then all of a sudden, I get this incredible offer, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. So
Incredible.
the highs and lows of the roller coaster.
For sure.
Left a job that didn't suit me, left a relationship that didn't suit me, and right after that, I got Jake and Hot Wheels. So the
Amazing.
universe was like, boom, like made room for those things. So
Yeah.
because of that, I Jake and I met in Costa Rica that summer doing we were staff on a teen tour for West
Amazing.
Coast. And it was only a 10-day trip. And anyway, so we started dating right after that. We were like friends the whole trip. And then
Mm.
only near the end we started like getting closer. And then we're both from Toronto and like
Wow.
it went so perfectly. And so that summer he helped me memorize the slogans, the crash attacks, the driver names, um, with like word association and letters and stuff. And then I'm on tour September 2021 and I've been on tour ever since.
Incredible,
So
Marnie.
I fly out
Incredible.
Fridays, for the most part Fridays, and I come home Mondays. So it is an
Okay.
unbelievable situation that I'm on tour and come home weekly
It
because a lot of
is.
people on tour don't get to do that.
And where are the tours? Where do they take place?
So, when we first started, our tour was the only tour, and now we have 3. So one is international, and the other 2 are North America. So when we first started, I got to do all over. So the East Coast, the West Coast. The coolest place I could say that I performed is Vegas. As a
That is
Canadian Vancouver,
amazing.
crazy sentence. LA and like California and like San Diego, San Francisco, New York. A couple of my friends have come to New York, and just like sometimes we go to places I've never heard of. Look at the pinned map. I'll look at
Gosh, Marnie, that's
the
amazing.
United States. I also need to show you this. My dad printed this for me.
There you are. It looks like one of those like illusion museums where you go and they like make you tiny next to like something that only looks, but you really are that tiny.
That's hilarious. We got some of this. We got some of
Incredible.
this.
Amazing. Ah, unbelievable. So this has really become your life, this Hot Wheels monster truck
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. So,
And who could ever have predicted that, you know?
literally, who could have ever but you know what really suits me is that, like, I was brought up not really with sports.
Mm,
So, like, my dad brought us up with, like, dance and music and musical theater and, like, stuff like that. So, a lot of my other live event host friends do sports. And
and that
so
wouldn't really be your fit. Wouldn't really be it
it
for you.
wouldn't. I'm not
Yeah.
passionate about it. I'm not knowledgeable about it. So like it fits extra well that I'm like a kid and live performer because I mean, of course I would love to do anything like, maybe like a TV show or things like that, like, YTV, I don't know, things like that,
Mhm.
but the
Mhm.
live events,
I
like,
think that's your like
oh
your
my God,
fire, you know? You
I
like
get
thrive off of the energy. Yeah.
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 My God, I people are like, "How do you have that much energy?" I'm like, "I'm such an extrovert, like, the more people, the better." Like, I feed off of them, they feed off of me, it's insane. So I get, like, 10,000 people to cheer at the same time, as loud as they can. So I've figured out the tone and ho the rhythm of how to say it and when to say it and like, it's all human psychology as well. So we control how people feel about potentially Hot Wheels trucks and Hot Wheels in general. So if I say Megarex or if I go Megarex, like it is this psychology that I'm telling them get hyped about
For
it.
sure. For
And so like it's
sure.
so cool to kind of like have that power
You
and
have a
that
lot of power.
it's
Yeah.
it's really it's
How
such an
how do you
unbelievable experience.
protect your voice?
First, I was screaming and so they were like, because all I had to go off of was my co-host, and he was like, "Tiger Shark." So I'm like, "Tiger Shark," and then they're like, "Can you? He needs to be masculine, and you need to be more feminine." And so
Mm.
Barbie is also Mattel, so I'm like, "Let me channel Barbie," and so I'm like, "Tiger Shark," and so it's a win-win-win. For me, it's better on my voice. For them, it's better to listen to,
Yeah.
and it's a better, like, balance for us.
Ah,
So, it
amazing.
just took time, it really took time. And at first, we were hosting with masks on, and then we had to pull it down. Oh, man, it was a lot. So, yeah, I'm honored to be a part of this incredible show. It takes so many people. We have, like, I think we have about 40 people that travel every weekend, and then there's probably 40 more people that work, booking and
Mhm.
accounting and so many moving parts that happen. And so, like, I'm one piece of a huge puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool.
Absolutely. It is so cool. Like we were talking about this a little bit before, but I mean, I really feel this way about my work too. Is like I couldn't have been able to say that the reason that I had this job and then that job and then did that for a summer was so that I could do what I'm doing now. But like looking back at your path, it all kind of led you here.
100%. If I didn't grow that resume, like, I wouldn't have potentially gotten the O1 visa that I have. To
Mm.
apply for an O1 visa, it's called extraordinary talent. So
That's you. You're an extraordinary talent, Marnie.
crazy. You had to show You have to show your background. You have to
Oh,
be like, "Who's Marny Florence?" Boom. So it was a really good thing for me to have this big resume, and then also, like, teaching Zumba, dancing at the bar mitzvahs. I studied event planning. I've done background of events, like,
mhm.
so many different things. I've been on stage since I was 4, right? So, like, it's, like, all so many different things. Promo, just handing free
Yeah.
samples at an events is like, "Oh, that's my practice to ice break, to talk
Yeah.
to people." Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many little things, I'm like, "Wow, this really added up." It all added up to this
And I
moment,
I think, like,
this
you're the
job.
kind of person who could do kind of whatever they wanted if the passion was there, and it seems like you've just absolutely found it.
Thank you.
But I guess, like, where like, when I would, like, look at you kind of, like, running around, like, literally running around the city, I was like, "Ooh, that's, like, too much for me," looks super tiring, like, how do you sustain the energy and the momentum on the day to day, like, especially in the days when you're like, I don't feel like doing this, you know?"
Yeah. When you knew me, it was my early 20s. I'm 30, so my 20s, I had different type of energy.
Yeah,
And it was
fair.
like you said, so passionate. I just ran with passion. Like,
Yeah.
I just was so excited. And in my 20s, I kind of did something new every day. So
Mhm.
that was so thrilling. I was like
Mm.
not having much sleep, but I was like, can't wait to be on set tomorrow. And then, doing this the next day and doing that the next day. Like, who knows who I'll meet? Who knows how the experience is going to go? Like, it was such a thrill. It was such an exciting, fun time. And just like fun led it. And I was
Mhm.
so lucky to live at home until I was 28. And my parents both were like, go do what you love, go do what you love, go do what you love, go do what you love. That was like their main thing to do. Like, it was like, bye, Marnie, have a great day, have fun. We'd always that was like the sentence, "Have fun, have fun."
Mhm.
Like, it was, like, so amazing that I had that as, like, you know,
And
um
it takes a while to be able to look back and recognize that that's something unique or that actually had an
yeah,
impact on you because it's just
yeah,
a phrase, have fun, but some parents would say, like, work hard or, like, whatever the little phrase is, and
right.
fun really led you on your path.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both my parents, passionate go-getters. So, like, that's also what I saw. And
What were we
yeah,
talking
with
about? I lost
COVID. So you're saying how do I now
Oh,
at
yeah, the
30,
sustaining. Yeah.
I've got different energies. So now and I also through COVID, that also changed a little bit of my energy. So I was an extreme extrovert before. I would change in my car twice a day sometimes. I would go from set to teaching dance to filming this and that and this and that and seeing friends, like, it was just like go, 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 and I
Yeah.
was just, like, so tight with my timing and whatever, so that I didn't need the rest. I had the rest sometimes, and it kind of
Mhm.
came and then working so hard and then resting felt really good, and, like, I was living with my family, so I saw them all the time, and there was pockets of rest as well, so I just got them when I got them, but now my schedule so I choreograph, for 4 companies just from January to June. So right now, don't start work till 3:30 some days, so, like, now I sleep in sometimes, I go to the gym, I do meditation, I do my errands, I do my emails, um, it's things like that. Maybe
Mhm.
see a friend for lunch or help my mom or like whatever I'm doing during the day, and then I'll go teach dance. And
Right.
sometimes I need to prepare the choreography, and then I go teach. So, and then I fly Friday. I come home Monday, and so Fridays and Mondays are like my write off. And what I do on the plane is just like Fridays I watch Netflix. It's like my day to do that because when I'm in Toronto, I want to see people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my day to,
yeah.
like, watch my series, whatever. I read, I listen to audiobooks, I do crosswords, so it's like a relaxing day, and
Mhm.
then Monday, I'm exhausted because we have to get up quite early to catch early flights because it's really nice, they wanna get us home as soon as possible. So
Mm.
and then the rest of the day, Monday, I'm usually tired. It's laundry, it's
Of
invoicing,
course.
it's just, like, being with Jake and just, like, relaxing, and so maybe taking a nap if I'm extra tired, so sleep is huge.
Yeah.
So there's times where I wanna, like, get up and go to the gym and, like, drive Jake to the subway, but I'm just like, my body is saying sleep in. I have the
Mhm.
schedule I have the time for it. So
Mhm.
nowadays I need, like, more sleep than I did in my 20s. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So
So
rest,
what as you kind of think about what's coming up for you, like, what do you see in your future as someone who's been so go, 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 like, to say yes to everything? Is that changing at all as you get a little older? Like,
definitely.
what do you think future you will need or want?
That's a really great question. I am currently with Hot Wheels so far till for the next 3 years so far. And so I have a set schedule. So now what's up to me is in between. I haven't had access to my Instagram. That's a whole other story. That would be a whole other thing to jump into. I've kind of haven't really posted like videos.
Mm,
I've really only posted like photos over the years. So maybe, diving into some of that. Because I was out so much in my 20s, I don't really know how to cook. I need to learn how to cook. Working out is a priority. Meditation is a priority every day. And yeah, so I actually asked ChatGPT the other day what suggestions they have for like what next step in my career because it could go many different ways.
sure.
So again, that could be overwhelming, but like it goes back to the course, which taught us. I loved what happened in one of the journaling prompts in the course was think back to when the universe had your back. Period. When doors closed, doors opened, and then you found out the reasons why after.
Mm,
And there were so many stories like that. So many. I was gonna work on a cruise ship and I didn't, and I got the CTV back audience coordinating. I auditioned for so many different cheerleading teams in Toronto and I got Toronto Rock and we wore my favorite color. The rehearsals were close to my house. I got to choreograph for them, like, and then those doors closed for reasons. And like, look at even like, the job and the boyfriend and then the job and the boyfriend. Like the universe
mm.
has my back. And look at even just this story with finding the YouTube video. Like Justin Bieber was found the same way from one YouTube video.
Yeah,
Found.
yeah, very true.
So I have to just um have to flow. If it doesn't flow, let it go. So I could go into this, I can go into that, I can go into this, I can go into that. But I kind of like I've worked my whole career to get to where I am now. Consistent hosting job and consistent choreography. And the choreography, all four companies are musical theater for non-professionals.
Mm,
2 adult shows and 2 kids shows. And that is my niche. Over years of teaching dance and choreographing many different shows, I found my niche, which is people who are doing this for fun and sing at the same time.
yeah,
So it goes with my style of hosting too. It's expressive,
100%.
it's bold, it's like goes to the music and it's like it's easy to grasp and it brings out confidence. So instead of like
Yeah,
this, I'm going like this. And so like even the chin and the chest, like little thing and like it's not like if it's not like this, it's like this or it's like this. And so I
uh,
make the non-professionals that just do it for fun. Some of them are professionals. Make them look really clean and really
mm,
tight and really bold and really confident. So like that's my niche. And
yeah.
I've worked my whole and not having Instagram right now is like a break to be like reflecting like, wow, I've worked really hard to get to where I am right now.
But I think
So
like
I
one
don't
other thing that I'd say is,
really know is where I'm gonna go, but I have 3 years
yeah,
so far to kind of navigate what would the next kind of rollout be for me, but
yeah,
I've been with Hot Wheels for 3 years, and I'll be with Hot Wheels for 3 more at least, and choreography, this is my 10th year with Crestwood, and so I have, like, really solid things for the
yeah,
next few years. I'm working on my anxiety about what might look like after 2027,
right.
pretty
But I
much
mean,
every
who
day
could
I
have
work on
like,
that, but
yeah, like we
I
said,
have
like
to
who
just
could have,
flow.
yeah, right. Like who could have predicted you getting here? So there's no way you can know where you'll be in 3 years from now. But one thing I want you to like add to your resume or like add to the way that you talk about yourself is, um, a lot of people can look at what you do and be like, oh, like it's the Marny show, right? Like you're front and center, like it's all about you. But in every interaction that you have with anyone and everyone, you always manage to like make it about the other person. And when you're talking about your dancing, like it's to help other people find that confidence and that empowerment. And for Hot Wheels, like, yes, you're kind of the conduit, but you're like creating this experience for thousands of kids and they're dressing up like you, not because like because of what you created for them, right? So I think that's like another one of your massive talents too.
Thank you, that's so nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing so like, COVID opened my eyes to that too, which was
Mm,
like, I've been on a billboard, I was in a music video, I did this, I was on tour, I did this and this, and then COVID stopped, and it was like, "Oh, wow," like, I filled up my cup so much, and what is life really about? Helping other people. So that I'm like, my cup's overflowing. How do I help other people? And through COVID, also after that course, it inspired me to start my own community. And I led Real Talk Community for 3.5 years, which was me volunteering. And it was a group of girls, like maybe 12 girls, and maybe like six or 4 or 5 of them at a time weekly. It was weekly, and then we made it monthly. And it was like I led meditation and we checked in with each other, and I read like an article based on a topic, and through that topic, from that topic, I created journal prompts, and we all journaled and we all shared, and it was just like so beautiful. That and with this course too, right? It helped me be like, why and for what, and like the moments where it is just for me, it doesn't feel as good. Like I want to do it for like me being in this role with Hot Wheels, for example, let that be for you to be inspired.
Exactly. So, Marnie, for anyone listening, what do you want them to take away from this incredible, unbelievable, super cool story of you working for Hot Wheels monster trucks?
Put yourself out there, try things, say yes to opportunities, meet a ton of people because you never know what connection is going to lead to what. Say yes to things that feel like you want to jump out of bed to do. Say no to everything else and just file through. Also, know that no one really knows what they're doing. And also know, like, even if I'm in a scenario like this, I deal with anxiety every day. So it's like you can be like this, wow, oh my God, so much human behind everyone that, like, your answer of like, what's next? Like, I I talk to myself every day out loud to be like, I don't know what's gonna be, because my early 20s, I didn't know what next week looked like
Mm-hmm.
for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my brain goes. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to work on it to be like, I'm set for the next at least 3 years. Whatever is going to happen, like I will transition into something smooth. I have to also, an advice for other people is look at yourself from how other people see you. We could be our own worst critics.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what am I going to do if I want kids at 34? I can't really do, can I do the Hot Wheels tour? Should I be doing like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's like trusting yourself, trusting the universe, and just again flowing with life, but know that you are never alone. People deal with a ton every single day. There's also, I need to say, there's obviously so much that goes on behind social media. That's just the highlights. Like there's so much up and down every day in people's lives, and to go for your dreams and believe in yourself, because I am proof that that is a reality that is possible, and that mental health is everything. Take care of yourself and flow with life, and stay optimistic.
Marnie, thank you so much for sharing your story and joining me today. It's always such a pleasure to be with you, and I know people will get a real kick out of this one, so really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Tell Me a Story. If you like what you heard, like, subscribe, follow, you know the drill.